Yo, what is up guys, welcome back to the Game Apple. Today I'm bringing you my STAMPLAR build video for Open World Turtle. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you guys so much for the support that I've been receiving. Just got over 100 subscribers and that's massive for me. So thank you guys so much for supporting me. Now, let's get right into the video. So, as always, I'm going to do a really quick version and then I'm going to do a more in-depth version at the end. So for the people who just want the build, I'm going to run through this really quickly for you guys. So let's get right into it. Right. Let's start off with the character sheet. 64 points in stamina. We're using the stamina recovery Stone and Bewitched sugar Skulls. Don't worry about the werewolf, doesn't matter. Okay. Right. So into our inventory. Back bar, sword and board. We're running Potentate purely for the 5% damage reduction in pen. You can put well fitted if you want. Health enchant, important, I'll get back to that later. Right. Then we are running the Deadly Maul, sharpened. I have tested against New Moon and some other sets, and Deadly does come out better. I will go into more detail about that later on, and more detail about the sharpened and not Noonhound. But yeah, this does output more damage, that's why we've gone for it, basically. Okay, for this, we're just running any poison. I've got some pretty cancerous poisons, but you run any poison back bar because we want the weapon damage enchant on the front bar. Okay, now we're going into Balog. We're running Balog because we have only got Deadly as our main attack, so no penetration, really. Well, we actually have got penetration. Actually, let me, I was going to do this later in the video, but okay, with everything stacked, we have 12,332 penetration on a STAMPLAR, that's really strong. And then with 200 ulti from Balogs, we have 16,932 penetration with the two-handed maul. So yeah, we really do have the penetration on this build, guys. Okay. Alright. So yeah, we're running Balogs. And then we have Eternal Vigor. Guys, I told you this on my Stam DK build video. I'm going to tell you it again now. Eternal Vigor, one of the best sets in the game. I see magic characters running it, I'm a stamina character and I run it. It's really amazing. Like, you get bloody magic recovery, stamina recovery, health recovery, max health, more stamina recovery, more magic recovery, and then another 1,000 health recovery when below 50% health. Like, seriously guys, this is just a perfect connector set. It really is. It does everything that you want it to do for a VX situation. Okay, so we are running 2 reinforced, chest and legs, because Eternal Vigor is a heavy set, so we get more armor value out of that instead of Noonhound. Then we have 3 well fitted on the Deadly, and we have 2, 3 well fitted and 2 impen. I think I just had it differently. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 3 well fitted, 2 impen, and 2 reinforced. Only using 2 tri-stack glyphs, 2 tri-stats on chest and legs, and then stamina glyphs on everything else. Okay. And then yeah, we are running, because a heavy set, we want to run it in medium. We are running Eternal Vigor Jewelry again. So all weapon damage infused. Yeah. Pretty straightforward there, guys. Okay. Let's get into the skills. Back bar. Again, I have chosen to go with Race Against Time this patch instead of Shuffle or the what is it? The speed one from Do Wield, the Blade Cloak, I think it's called. Yeah, Blade Cloak. Yeah, I've chosen to go Race Against Time again because of Eternal Vigor. Because of Eternal Vigor, we have 1,000 magic, 1,000 magic recovery, and with what I'm using, 16,000 magic, max magic. So we can really spam this cleanse and use this. Like, magic is really good for us. So yeah, and you get 10% extra critical damage, and it actually benefits this build, which is really nice. So yeah, for my escape, I'm using Race Against Time, amazing for kiting. Cleanse, obviously we're using the one that purges it purges 5 harmful effects instead of, I think it's 2, because you just want to get all those negative effects off you guys. If you run this morph, basically we don't need health recovery. We can just run Vigor, Rally, and then you keep cleansing. And with that, you'll be able to heal enough, guys, seriously. You'll be able to survive. Then we have Restoring Focus. Obviously, guys, we want that stamina back. Such a powerful skill, guys. Like, I can sprint and restore stamina. Like, we have 2k stamina recovery on this build, but with this, it feels like 2.2, 2.3. It's really, really nice. Caltrops. Now when I'm VXing, guys, I was actually using dual wield. I spoke to a few friends and I realized that for STAMPLAR this is by far better. When you want to kite, you put down these caltrops, you turn around into a Dawnbreaker burst combo with Ballogs, and god guys, you are dropping people. Seriously, if you haven't seen my STAMPLAR open world Cyrodiil video, we got a 1vx in there and a couple 2vx's, and you'll see this in action, guys, really strong. Okay, and then Vigor, obviously, and then we have got Temporal Guard for the minor protection. Okay, Camouflage Hunter. We want that burst combo on this build. We have pressure from jabs, so this is where our burst comes in. We get a really nice line of crit. That's 10% crit rating from the Major Savagery. Then we get minor berserk, which is always going off with the biting jabs. So this scale is really strong, guys. Really strong. With having Power of the Light, we like it for the penetration. But let's be real, you use Power of the Light so that when you have Dawnbreaker and jabbed them, it just pops off, and it's like a second mini Dawnbreaker hitting, and it is just awesome. So that is why we run Power of the Light. You're not a STAMPLAR if you don't run this set. Not that it's the skill, let's be real. Then Rally for the weapon damage, the stamina recovery, and for the big boy heal. Nothing much to say about that. Okay, the main skill. This is our pressure, our DPS, our damage, and our execute. Too strong of a skill, really is. Not only does it snare the people that you are going against, but this does some crazy damage. When we ulti, we average 2k crits, anywhere over like 2.5 to 3k crits sometimes, guys. So we are hit very hard jabs. Yeah. And obviously the Mage Savagery, but we don't need that because we have got Camouflage Hunter. Right, Banjing Javelin, this is a really nice stun. I was running the Fear stun from the Undaunted skill line, or Fighted skill line, I think, one of the two. But the Javelin is just so much more effective. You put Power of the Light on them, you jab them a few times, then you put this, then you jab a bit more, this goes off, see how much damage you're doing, maybe kill a guy. Okay, then we have got Dawnbreaker. What I want to say, guys, is we only have 4.1k weapon damage on this build, but we have really good pen, really good pressure. I wouldn't worry too much about the tooltips. The tooltips don't really matter. It's how the build feels, how the build does. So don't pay attention to the tooltips. This is really strong. That's what I've had to learn in this patch. I was getting too bogged down last patch in the tooltips. This patch it really doesn't mean as much because healing is down, and yeah, less damage actually does a lot more pressure this patch. So yeah, okay. Now let's go into the CP. Obviously, guys, before I get into this, remember that this is personal preference. You know, what works for me might not work for you, so change it around as you see fit. Okay, so obviously on every single build, 1 point Siphoner puts the extra dot on them. Then we have got 11% into sprint, 18% into break free. This is kind of like I always put 18% bit into sprint, 1 Siphoner, that's just my preference. 14% into stamina recovery, 11% into tenacity. Like I said, we don't need health recovery, even though we do rack quite a bit of health recovery on this build. We're not trying really to stack into health recovery, that's just a bonus. We have our cleanse, vigor, rally, that's all we need. Okay. Now I am a sword and board build, but I only run 10% into block, because I don't really block that much with sword and board. Like, I like to roll dodge. I like the off balance tactician bonus, I like to roll dodge, that's personal preference, guys. Yeah. So I am a sword and board build with 20% into roll dodge and 10% into block. We're mainly sword and board just for the resistance and because we don't need dual wield. That's the only reason why. Then 7% into blessed. Running a bit less this patch, but yeah, it's nice. 15% chat chain blows, really nice for jabs and Dawnbreaker, killing those max orcs. 23% master arms, 7% into physical weapon expert. This is also, we have 120 points, and that we can get this tactician passive, which gives us off balance when we roll dodge and dodge an enemy's ability. That is why I have stacked more into roll dodge, guys. 16% into precise strikes, 0 Firmitage or undeadly. We don't need stuff in Firmitage. We want to be stacking into that main direct damage and crit damage and yeah, just penetration. We don't need stuff in Firmitage for this build. Yeah, 16% precise strikes. We have I think 40% crit chance. We've got quite a bit of crit damage stacked into the build already. I think 10 or 20% crit damage into the build already. and yeah, this works really nice. So yeah, we have that, and the crit heals is alright, but we're here for the crit damage. Okay, penetration, we've gone through that. I've told you how much penetration we got. 11% into mighty, solid stats here, guys. Okay, 21% into ironclad. We've got 16 points in here just because I wanted to level it out, so you can change this as you feel free. 43 into resistant, 37 thick skinned, 37 elemental defender, 49 hardy. I've noticed recently that I'm liking the stack a bit more into hardy than I do into elemental. That's just personal preference. And then we got another 7% into quick recovery. We have got over 123 points into 120 points in here. For 1vxing, guys, the Unchained passive is really strong. You want to be having this. So try get 120 points in here. Okay, so that is CP done. I'm going to quickly buff up and show you my stats. So that's our stats. We have 1k magic recovery, nearly 1k health recovery, 2k stamina recovery, 16k magic, 21.5k health, and nearly 30k stamina. That 21.5k health, guys, goes up to about 26k in PvP. And wait 1 sec. If we quickly switch bar, we have 22.6, and that goes up to 29k health in Cyrodiil. Right. Let's just buff again. Okay, 2.8k crit resistance. I'm gonna get off this for you guys. 26,000 spell resistance, 25,000 physical resistance, 40k crit, and 4.1k weapon damage. Really strong. Last patch I was running like 6.5k weapon damage, 7k weapon damage. You don't need it this patch, guys. We really don't. I can kill people, I can VX, I can do that with 4.1k weapon damage. You've even seen me stack out of Nernhorn and into Sharpened because I've gone for that penetration, because that's what I feel what matters with this build at the moment. I know my Stam DK only 4.5k weapon damage. Seriously, guys, you don't need it. Penetration is really strong this patch. Okay. Now I'm going to show you my resistances on my back bar. 30,000 spell resistance, 29,000 physical resistance, and nearly 3k crit resistance. Now, that is the main part of the build done. I'm going to just show you what potion we are running. We are running the Major Expedition with knockback and stamina. You can run this with knockback, health, and stamina recovery if you want the extra health recovery. I've got a little bit of bug on this controller, that's why you see the character jumping around. I'm getting a new one. Yeah, but I use these ones just for making it easier. Instead of using race against time as much, you know, I've got a bit of movement speed in here too. Okay, guys, that's the main part of the build done. Stick around if you want to see me go into a little bit more detail. To be honest, I've covered most of it, so I'm just gonna quickly brush over a few more things now, guys. Okay. So I believe there's a dummy in this house. I use my guildie's house because I really like it. We're just gonna quickly run over how we use this and how we debuff people. Okay. So first thing you do, just chuck caltrops down, light or heavy attack into a power of the light, and then jabs. Maybe a bite, and then maybe like you saw me do a spear there. So you chuck this down, you put that on them, and then you chuck you jab and chuck a spear into them. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, guys. Just debuff, and then jab, and Dawnbreaker, and that's pretty much it, guys. All right. There isn't. Yeah, I don't think there's that much to go into with this one. There was one thing I told you I'd come back to. The healthy enchant. The reason why we're using the healthy enchant on the back bar and not a stamina or magic is because this max enchant on the back bar really doesn't do anything in terms of, I'm not going to be reaching that max health because I'm switching back and forward. I won't be reaching max stam or max magic if I have it on both bars. So the reason we got max health is because of Eternal Vigor. When you're below 50% health, you get the health recovery. So we're just giving ourselves a bigger 50% health range when we're on our back bar, which means the health recovery kicks in a bit earlier. That's literally it, guys. Sharpened because I wanted the extra penetration because on this set. But yeah, trust me, Deadly is the better set to run. I tested it against New Moon. I've even tried Clever Alchemist. I tried this set, this patch. But yeah, deadly is just better. So without any further ado, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to smash that like button, drop a comment, because I'd love to know what you guys think, and I'm always there to help, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Yeah, peace out, guys.